Hello and welcome to Klosskollen, a Swede's perspective, where we talk about, build and review Lego. My name is Frederick, and in this episode we are going to review this wonderful little set from the movie Avatar 2: The Way of Water. I prefer to use both photo and video since I really like to work with the different tools available, and I hope that you'll like it. We will talk about the box art, the instruction manual, the minifigures, and of course the different builds in this set, wrapping it all up in the end for a summary, if it's worth it or not. So make yourself comfortable, lean back, and let's travel to Pandora together. Skimwing Adventure set number 75576 is an 8+ set and costs $35 35 euros or 30 Great British pounds. It contains 259 pieces and 2 minifigures, Jake Sully and Tunovari. As you can see on the front, there's a picture of the actual set itself on a colorful background depicting the sky and the ocean. When we turn the box around, we find even more pictures of the set from different angles. I really like the blue color variations on the box, and I'm looking forward to take a closer look at all the bits and pieces in this beauty. Inside we find a couple of bags with the Lego pieces and of course the instruction manual. It has the new, quite boring white tone to it, and the instructions themselves are really easy to follow since it's an 8+ set. What I really like about it though is during the building process you will eventually come across these beautiful pictures from the movie Avatar 2: The Way of Water, and, at least for me, that helped me to really immerse myself in the building experience. Next up we have the minifigures, and we start with Jake Sully. Since he is from the Na'vi tribe, he has a slightly darker variant of blue, very detailed chest, leg and back printing, and some nice markings on his face. His hair is braided and of course connectable with the different types of creatures found in the world of Pandora. Tunovari has a slightly different color, almost turquoise. He also has a really nice chest, leg and back printing, and I'm really fond of the markings on his face. He comes with a buildable spear in 5 pieces that looks awesome. I find it a bit strange that the tails of both Jake Sully and Tunovari are of the exact same size, when it's specified in the movie that the Metkayina clan has broader tails better suited for swimming. As you also may have noticed, they are both a bit taller than the average minifigure that we are used to. The main build, the Skimwing, is a really cool sea creature that to me looks a lot like a pike. The color scheme of it is mainly tan and light royal blue, nice color by the way, with details in orange, red, yellow and turquoise. The wings have spots of black on them that contrasts nicely against the more bright colors. The head has a unique mold consisting of 2 pieces, and you can open up the mouth and close it with a satisfying clicking sound. The sharp teeth in the upper jaw is placed just a little broader than the teeth in the lower jaw, which makes the Skimwing have a slight overbite. The overall shape of the head though is superb. There is a lot of mobility in the neck, since the head is connected to the body with a ball joint. You can move it upwards, downwards and sideways without too much worries that it will fall off, but the tentacles can sometimes get stuck between the head and the body. The body itself consists of 3 separate structures connected with 2 kinds of joints. The first 2 are connected with a Technic joint that only allows movement upwards and downwards, while the second and third are connected with a common ball joint allowing almost 360 degrees of movement. The build is in my opinion pretty sleek and have a nice balance between studs and tiled pieces. Finally, you also have a tail fin that can be moved sideways in both directions. The tail is perhaps a little bit too cheap and doesn't look quite like the tail on the creature itself, but hey, it works. Underneath you find 2 small fins that can be moved up and down. I would have preferred if these had the same look as the wings, but since these seem to be more like fins and not wings, I'm actually not quite sure if everything or nothing is fins and or wings. It's a bit confusing. I guess it'll have to do. There are 2 pair of wings or fins, 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. They consist of thin plastic sheets that are quite durable and does not seem to tear easily. They also have a lot of mobility in them. I like the look of them and the fact that they contribute to the overall sleek design, but I would have preferred if they were brick built instead. You can twist and turn them however you like, which makes for a lot of different display options and a lot of playability. Being too rough on them can, however, make them fall off, though they are easily reattached if that would be the case. The wings are attached to small ball joints in different places, and when connected once, they tend to stay there, which is nice. The technic framework upon which the wings are built are quite ugly, why I prefer to display the creature with the wings folded downwards. You can, of course, connect the minifigure to the Skimwing and place it on its back. Establishing Tsahelu, the bond between the creature and the Navi or Metkayina, is easy enough by just connecting the tentacle with the hairpiece of the minifigure. I would advise you to be a bit careful when moving it around, since the minifigure tends to fall off pretty easily. There are two different environmental builds in this set that also works as display stands for the minifigures and the Skimwing. I really like the different unique shapes and colors of these, and the design of the corals and reefs are minimalistic yet gorgeous. I had a blast building these. Even though they are quite small, they really add a lot to the building experience and overall look of the set. The smaller of the two is for Tunovari, that is placed atop of a transparent piece that makes it look like he's swimming around at the bottom of the ocean, and the larger one is, of course, for the main build, the Skimwing. Attaching the Skimwing to the Technic piece is really simple. Trying to remove it again though can make the tan round piece underneath fall off, which is a bit of a shame. When placed upon the coral and reef build, it makes for a beautiful display though. For $35, I think this set might be just a little bit overpriced. Although, since I'm a huge fan of the Avatar franchise, I really enjoyed both building the creature itself, but also the reef and the corals. Because of the many display options, thanks to the mobility of the Skimwing, you can really get the most out of this set when putting it on a shelf. I would say it well represents the reference material from the movie, and I also think that you will enjoy this both as a kid for the fun factor and as an adult collector that really just have it as a display piece. It is also very nice that there are no stickers used in this set, and that the unique head mold certainly could be used in different mocks in the future. Overall, I give this set an 8 out of 10. Besides the minor complaints already mentioned, the set is very niched towards Avatar fans. My biggest gripe with this build, however, is the Technic frames upon which the wings are built, since they are quite ugly in my opinion. I would also personally have preferred if the fins or wings were brick built, but the overall outcome is still really good, and I actually fell a little bit in love with this set. I look forward to build and review the other sets in the series, but that will have to wait till another episode. And there it is, my first review in English. I hope you didn't suffer too much, because it was a struggle for me to get through all this, but I promise that I will keep on fighting and doing reviews. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.